Hey gang. Well, I have another video here today for everyone. Um, I figured I should kind of go over more, I guess would be a good way to say, of Stellaris. I realize it's a very advanced game. There's a lot of stuff that has changed in it, and I'm going to go ahead and do my best to help you guys out and give you a little bit more in-depth information, especially with the big changes. I do have this game that's a pretty late game. I am at 2539 years, as you see in the top right. So this game starts at 2200, so I'm almost 350 years into the game. I set this game, the late game on this game, to be really late, not start till 2800 years. So as you can see, I have a huge area. So my area is this section marked Stellaris network. So I have this huge section here and here. I've already conquered 2 factions. There is obviously this another one that's built over here. These guys are actually my vassal down here, and then these guys are actually my enemy. As you can see, the entire map is shown up for me. That's because of certain technologies and stuff that I have captured. I am in the process of actually going to go kill the dimensional horror and a couple other things. Now, I want to say real quick, don't have a fleet size over the cap like I have here. Otherwise, it makes your energy super negative like it is here. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some of the new stuff that's on this game that I have not talked about. The first one is Titans. Titans are the new super class. They're basically a dreadnought type of ship that we have seen in the game already. They are absolutely amazing. They are super strong. The ones that I have built from just the base that it gives is here. And as you guys can see, it packs a wallop. If you guys look at its health, it has over 12,000 health. This thing does have a lot of excess power. Its cost is massive. But for me, the actual fleet size is 7.6k just for this ship. So it is massive. It's amazing. It helps a lot. I have mine built up with some crystal forge plating to actually give it more health. It actually starts with a base 10,000, but these crystal forge platings, they actually give it, I believe, an extra 1150 in a large. So I'm dropping 2 of those on there. I want it to regenerate. Auxiliary fire control, extra shields. I mean, this thing is amazing. Now, with that being said, the Titans do have a weakness. They are going to make sure everything in this game obviously has a weakness because they want it as even and as fair as possible. If you guys attack this Titan with 20 to 30 Corvettes all at once and swarm it, it will take a while to kill it, but they will be able to kill it. This guy's guns are amazing, but this big massive perdition beam that's on the front of it that can one-shot battleships and is pretty decent actually at hitting cruisers as well. Will totally miss and be nullified for Corvettes, and it can glance a destroyer and still kill it, but the Corvettes are just too fast for it. So it has to rely on these base weapons here, and even these large kinetic artilleries are a little bit too slow, so the only chance it has is with the lasers that I've put on it. And like I said, I'm pretty advanced far game into this. As you can tell, I have all the energy set up. I have even the specialty jump drive I haven't installed because my fleets are way far away, so I'm not going to worry about doing it. I have mostly level 4 and 5 on everything. And as well as on my shielding and hulls and all that jazz. Alright? So these Titan class ships, they are made to basically crack a nest. So I put them up against our lovely enigmatic fortress, and I had no problems destroying it. The only catch is sometimes the fortress is glitching out right now. I defeated it and then it just instantly powered up. It didn't stay shut down for a certain amount of time like it normally did. So I don't know if that's a permanent glitch or it's just with my game. Another thing that adds on with the Titan class is the ability to build onto your space stations and have a nice defense module. It's called the Peacekeeper. It's an ion class. It has the same kind of defensive weapon that your space station has. Let me go ahead and pull one of these up. This is my home, or not my home planet, but actually my main defense. So as you can see, all the space stations that are floating around this station. This is a Citadel class. You can have as many Citadel classes as you want. Just be in mind that they do take a lot of energy. That's why I'm negative, first of all. But I'm in the process of fixing that. I've changed a couple things, and my energy actually will go up pretty quick here once I pause it. Here's your Peacekeepers. And there you go. Ion cannon. Same thing that's on the Titan. These are basically Titan class defense systems. I have it set up on Key's positions. As you can tell, it's a 26.2k defense station, which is nice because we all know before it was terrible. You couldn't defend against anything mid to late game because the biggest your space station could get was maybe 3k-ish if you got lucky and had certain types of guns. And then against a 50k fleet, it was nothing. Well, now I have three 50k fleets. Excuse me, a 54, a 48, and a 46, and that actually can slow them down long enough until your main fleet, one of your fleets, can actually get in there and help, or actually do damage. It may be overwhelmed, but it's physically actually there to defend. And I could up it more. Just remember that these Peacekeepers, when you build them for your defense platforms, they take 8 slots. So these other ones, they only take 2 or 1, excuse me. So you could have, I could have 15 of these, or I have 1 Peacekeeper, which takes 8, but it does a massive amount of damage. I haven't tested it yet. It's one of the things I was going to be in the process of doing, was to delete this and put 15 defense platforms and see what the damage output is, what is higher. If you put a massive defense on, or is it better just to use 15 smaller ones and just overwhelm the enemy forces? Okay, another thing that's totally different, I don't know if I talked about, but is the war system in this game. So if I go to war with this faction here, I can say declare war, make claims, offer trade deals, and all this normal stuff. Now, the big thing is make claims. If you actually make claims on things, now it can make your war shorter, okay? Basically, if I want this sector right here, all I have to do is go ahead and hit make claims, and I can claim this sector, which I want to claim this one anyway because I'm still going to be exterminating this guy. So it costs a certain amount of influence, okay, depending on the sector size, how far away it is. You can multiple claims on it if you want, but it costs more influence. And then as you make claims for this, as you check it off, you can see how it does, and then you just make the solid claims. Now, once you make the claim, it obviously takes the influence away. But then you can go to war, and when you go to war, you can only say, I want to go to war just for what I've made claims on. So it can make your wars a lot faster. If you make claim on 1-star system because you just want that 1-star system from them because it's right on borders and you had your heart set on it because of it's like one of the Dragon Horde places where it gives a crap load of stuff on it, then you can do that. Okay, as you can see, like this system right here is the Dragon Horde one, so it gives me 32 energy and 30 minerals. Well, obviously, if you're butted up right next to it and the computer sneaks in real quick before you, you can go claim it for yourself. So you make these claims, gives you the alarm. Now, if I decide to declare war, I can hit conquer claim, and I only take the 3 systems that I've claimed. That's my entire war will be about, instead of just having to do the entire race and just hope. Okay, it makes the wars go faster. Now, some of them you can just declare war straight out and just take them over, but it costs a certain amount of stuff. If I say declare war, now this Cassius Bell is certain things that you can do that are not planets and sectors, policies. Okay, they're just different policies you can get through. depending on how aggressive or passive you are, that controls what you can do against them, okay? Now, as you can tell, it says first target a Cassio Bell from, and it's a claim, okay? Now, we just had a war end, so I can't declare war yet. Actually, I can. It just ended right before I saved, so that's great. So, that's the best part about the war system now. Now, it also has attrition damage. Once you go to war, your little symbol will pop up here in the bottom right, down here. Now, with that being said, all this stuff on the bottom right, once it hits, the longer the war takes, the more attrition it happens. So obviously, when you're doing well, you have less attrition than someone you're conquering. But if the war stalemates and it takes too long, the attrition will slowly build, and it'll automatically prompt you, do you want to try to go for white peace? Now, the other faction has that same choice. If you're both at 100 and you both say no, the war can go on, but you can go for white peace at any time. Sometimes they'll take it, sometimes they won't. It just depends on the faction that you're with. Okay. One of the most annoying parts is it looks a lot different. I would go to war with these guys to show you, but my fleets are nowhere near where I need them to be. Actually, I take that back. I have a fleet moving in. Alright, so cool. So I have this fleet that's going to be moving in. As you can see, this giant purple line. This giant purple line is a webway gate. So here's the gateway. Okay? So I have the technology, and I repaired it. Okay? Now, once you repair it, it doesn't cost. It costs like 10,000 minerals, but as you can see, I am not hurting for minerals. I am positive. I have a bunch. You know, my energy is negative 340, but between all my other sectors, and if you guys don't know what sectors are, I'll explain that here in a minute. I have plenty of energy coming in. If I go down to my sectors, they have a base amount that they can store. So these guys are negative 6 on their energy. But these guys are positive 76, okay? So, let me unpause this real quick. You can decide how much to take from them. These guys have a bunch. So if I need energy, I just hit this. It costs 100 influence, okay? And then I gain that set amount that's there. Okay, because it's a 75% of their stockpile, and it does cost influence, so make sure you guys always have enough influence. Okay, late game, when you're in the middle of a war and you're trying to fight constantly, it is totally worth making sure and remembering you have these sectors here. It's not just a base they give you, they stockpile for you for times of war and times of need. Okay, now with that being said, you can also get food. You know, eventually they'll create food, and you can supposedly you're supposed to be able to take food away. I haven't seen it. I play as robots all the time, so I don't see that. I don't like one part of this entire game. It's the only thing I don't like about the game. I don't like the faction system. I think it interferes too much, and it is too demanding on the systems, and they need to change it just a little bit or nerf it. I understand having them, but I feel like them coming in too much into the game. I've literally had 2 planets and had 4 factions on my 2 planets, and then it's almost impossible to keep them all happy early game, and it just craters your colony. And you shouldn't have to have ethics divergence nullified in order to keep the correct type that you want. Okay? So with that being said, let's move on from here. Now, with these war system going, I'm gonna unpause here, speed it up. I'll get my guy over here and I'll do the war so you guys can see the attrition damage. Okay, now while we're waiting on the guy to traverse the lovely space, wormholes and gateways are amazing. Okay, they help you move literally across the entire galaxy. This is a large one. It's not the super large, it's not the largest one, but it's large. So it's 800 stars. It's absolutely amazing. As you can see, I have almost a quarter of it claimed by the time you add this section here, if you put it here, and I'm in the process of adding more. Okay, When you decide to build, and once you get your research high enough, as you guys can see, I have a crap load of research coming in. Once you have this much research coming in, it effectively makes it easier to be able to build and get to those sections that you need. Now, the sections that you need, excuse me, whew, sorry. Those sections that you need are going to be able to, train of thought, I'm choking here. Alright. Those areas that you need to grow into that have those webway gates or the wormholes are absolutely stupefying. Once you have the technology to be able to build into them or research what they are, they send you all the way across. So, like I showed you with my fleet there that just took this webway gate all the way, these connect to certain ones. They connect to each other. They don't connect to a giant network. They're linked to two. Webway gates and wormholes are separate entities. I don't know why they did that. It's interesting because they're basically the same thing. Just webway gates are counted as a... What's a good way to say this? They're counted as a... when you're repairing them, they're a megastructure. So if you're repairing one, you can't do anything else with megastructure. So remember that. Once you're repairing one megastructure, you can't do anything else with it. Megastructure is, i.e. this sensor array that I have. This is part of the reason that I am negative, because it's 100 energies to keep this structure up. Now, another megastructure is... Oh, wrong system. These rings. I've fully repaired all 3 of these rings. I have an amazing ring station here that... If I look, see how it's at 23? Because I upgraded it with this, so you can add multiple defenses, and I will just keep upgrading that as once I get the energy that I'm able to functionally have positive. Now, these are awesome. They're habitats, their own. This is all Gaia world it counts as, and they're 25 slots for each. So right here is 100 population just on the system. This is from the amazing stagnant ascendancies are the ones that have created these. Okay, as you can see, here's a wormhole. It's unexplored. There's your wormhole right there, guys. It's unexplored. So you have to get a scientist over to it. You explore it, and it goes to the other end of it, and it shows you where it pops out. Okay. Now I have a wormhole over here that I have explored. There's the bundle wormhole, and it comes all the way over here. If you click on them, it just sends you straight to that system. And if you come out, there it is, inside my system. So it's a good way to get all the way over. Now, it sucks because if someone explores that and you go to war, they can literally just use that to drop in troops right into your system. So I would advise everyone to either make sure you keep a fleet, have a large defense systems around these locations, because they are easy targets to get through your borders quickly. So even if you have the outside of your borders defended off and you have it blocked off with all the certain waypoints, it doesn't matter. They can flip right past it, and once they slip past it, they have whatever. Because if you look at this one, I have this one right here, this wormhole that's literally in the center of my section, and they would take that to be able to get to my capital fast. Okay. Now, another thing is sectors. Now, I know a lot of people don't know a lot about sectors and understand how they happen and work and all that jazz, so I will do my very best to show you guys how they work. Sectors are if you hit your planet limit, your direct colonized systems limit. It's not planet, my apologies, it's system. This is 9 systems. If you have 6 planets in one system, it only counts as one system. It doesn't go above that. So as you guys can see, these are my main systems. If I pull out a little bit, not that far, there we go. It says Sector 2 right here. This is my main system. Sector 3 is over here. Sector 4, and I have a 5th that's just being built. Now, plus my main system right here, and then I'm going to start building more and more. Now, with that being said, sectors are, once you hit that limit, you can control yourself more and be able to functionally have, let's see here. Show you this. More planets. Okay, so planet here is outside my system. See how it's blue? That means I control it, but it's actually controlled by the governor of that area. You assign governors, the governors control this area, and then you can set it up through your system. It's F5 if you guys want to jump through, okay? Now, once this system, see I'm allowed 20 sectors. Here are my 5 sectors that I have, okay? I have the habitable sector, which is the one that's way over here, okay? They control that one, and you can tell them what you want them to make. I want you to make minerals. I want you to be pretty even about it. I want you to give me research. I want you, just certain things that you need. Now, you can also tell them to research on food, but obviously I'm a robot, so I don't need food. Energy is what I'm hemorrhaging, so I'm going to change one of them to energy from just even. That way I have a better chance of getting more energy, because they'll start building towards that energy. Now, I have my fleet positive. Go ahead and build some, I can't, where's this one at? Oh, let's go find it. There we go. Okay, so this one is built here because of it's a gateway. So I went ahead and built it in a gateway, and then here later on I will eventually give it a nice upgrade. I need a construction ship. Down there. One way down there. Oh, that's right. I sent him over there. So here is a science nexus. It's another superstructure, megastructure. So I'm trying to go capture it. Alright. Let's go ahead. See how there's 2 planets? Only counts as one system. It's a big thing. People could get confused by that a lot. And yes, I need to know. I need to upgrade stuff, but I'm only upgrading energy right now because I have plenty of minerals. And I have no clue how I got all my energy out of whack this bad, guys, but ooh, a Dragon Slayer monument. Let's see here. Now you get the Dragon Slayer from when you kill a brain fart here. When you kill a the wraiths, they're kind of the Leviathan wraiths. When you kill them, you get the monument. So, 100% worth it. 15 unity. You go ahead and replace, because these things cause a lot of energy. They cost almost a full energy, so I can replace it with this, and it's a monument that doesn't cost me. And I'm not hurting on research, so I don't care. Alright. Now, one of the other main things is, guys, that once you get going with your sectors, I try to give. It used to be you didn't want to do more than 6 or 7 for some reason. I just felt like that was more efficient. Now I do about 15 to 20 planets, and then I do another sector. This galaxy is so big, and I can see everything where everyone is because of technology and everything, that I have no problems going out and just, doing what I want. I do appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any more questions, please ask. Okay, like just leave the comments below. Give me a subscribe and a like, and I appreciate it. One quick thing before we bounce out of here: create new sectors. So you click on one section that you want. That gives you the base sector. Okay. Now it has to be connected to it. All right. So If I clicked here, it'll just grow it slowly. Now this right here, I can't take this away because it would seal off this area from the other sector, and the sectors have to connect, okay? So I would have to start, if I wanted this part right here to be part of this sector, I'd have to take this away and start down here and work my way up, okay? And then there you go. Boom. Alright. Now, as you can see, it gave me the thing, and I'm negative even more by 100 because I have too many planets under my control. So I need to go back to this sector, and this is sector 5. And bam. Alright. Now, with your sectors, guys, you can have as many as the game allows you. Just remember you need to have a leader for each one, so you make sure to have the leader slots available for them. It's worth having a leader on them. They perform much better, they're more efficient, and they are easier to control. Okay? As you guys can tell, I am a robot. Like you can see, my age is 350 for this robot, so I'm immortal. Like, my guys don't die, which is pretty awesome. It's one of my favorite things about the robots. This guy's a beast. He's like the main guy I have, and you can tell he just keeps leveling up and getting special abilities, the Dragon Slayer, all that jazz. So you don't have to worry about someone dying just because the game doesn't love you. Unlike the simple mortals, they have to deal with lives. Alright, let's go ahead and unpause real quick. I did almost forget about showing you guys how to do this, the new war waging, so we will check that out.
Construction complete.
Oh no, we closed doors. Doors, whatever. Okay, here we go. My Delta fleet is over here. I'm gonna go ahead and declare war on these guys. Just for the claims that I want, that's all I'm doing. Declare war. And then the new war system too is amazing how. So I will jump to this system. Okay. Now you hit the space station. Now once you destroy the space station, you take over that sector. That's your sector now, okay? You control it by the population thing here, alright? So with that being said, is since it's my sector now, they have to come in and do the same thing. So it'll repair this back up, give its shield and armor back up over time, and then they have to come take it from me. Now you can see the attrition damage. I attack them, so they're the defenders. They're at 4%, and I'm at 3 because I fought and I won a little bit. So they have a little bit more attrition than I do. Okay. Go ahead and do my research here so I don't forget. Oh, we'll do Titan stuff. And we'll do fleet command. Okay. So, go back to war now. Unpause it. And jump over here. Now, one thing that's changed, I don't know if I told you guys before, is see how when guys come into the system, they attack and they automatically go to the center? That's one of the nice new handy things that they have. But, once you come in, you go in here, you attack. Okay? Now, I attacked and I won. If I want to leave the system and go over here, they will go straight across the entire system to warp. They don't just stay on the edge and then warp out from that edge around. They don't do that anymore. Okay? They come straight in, they have to go straight through across, and then they'll be done. Okay? It's pretty interesting of how they've changed it. So these guys are attacking this planet, this system. Now they have a 9K fleet. Actually, they're just running straight past it. Probably going for this place.
System survey complete.
Their 9K fleet versus that 4K space station. As you can see, it goes straight across. Nothing fancy. Love these guys keep making claims. Best possible outcome. Boom. I won. The attrition took too much. They said, forget it, take it. So now I own that area. Okay? Now, with that being said, I need to also move my sector, that is this sector 4, and add this new area to it. Close. There we go. Now they can build on it. And that's it, guys. That's all you do. Now I'm gonna send my guys in to this guy here and absolutely destroy him.
System survey complete.
Boom. Watch these huge guys shoot. Isn't it awesome?
Situation log adjusted.
There we go. Alright guys, well I'd like to say thank you for coming in and watching me today. Appreciate your effort and help. Please give me a like and subscribe and all that jazz. And my name is Mr. TLD, and please check out my Patreon as well. And I'm also on Twitter as well as Twitch at Mr. TLD on all of them. You guys have a great one. Thank you.